Hello!
And welcome back or welcome to Books and Crannies.
A book lovers podcast.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm Danielle.
I'm Sarah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
You sure are.
Thanks.
And y'all... Well, okay, first. No, I'm going to say it now. We're starting One Dark Window today. And
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
really freaking excited about it because we've been wanting to read this book for 12 years.
We have.
But before we talk about it, Sarah, how the heck are you? How was your week, dude?
It was okay. It was really, really busy. I'm really tired. Yeah.
Yeah, it's back to school time.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a hairstylist. So, it's back to school season.
Yeah.
And that means I'm tired.
That's fair. All of the sticky children.
Sticky crotch goblins.
Crotch goblins.
They run around the whole store while they're waiting for their haircut and like scream. And I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be running in here. There's sharp tools everywhere.
You might get stabbed.
And the parents just sit there on their phones. I'm like,
those are the worst kind of
control
parents.
your children.
Be present, bruh.
I understand kids are kids.
Sure.
And let them run around the lobby. I don't care. But when they start running on the cutting floor, I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot. I wouldn't
And,
let my daughters explore randomly, unattended.
Yeah.
Ugh, come on,
We're like
people.
moving around a lot too. Like, I don't want to trip on your child. I shouldn't have to watch out for your child.
No. In my workspace.
Yeah.
Rude as fuck.
And then you get the helicopter parents that like stand behind your shoulder the entire time you're cutting their kid's hair. And they're like,
Ugh.
are you gonna blend that? I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking done yet, dude. I've been cutting his hair for 2 seconds. Give me a minute.
I literally have cut once, bitch. The worst.
Or my biggest pet peeve when I'm cutting someone's hair, this is not on the topic of children, but I'll be like,
Just in
okay,
general.
now don't look at this area yet. I still have to blend that, but how does the length on top look? And they're like, it looks good, but this area really needs to be blended. I'm like, well, yeah, I told you not to look at that.
I wasn't asking about that flake scotch.
I told you not to look at that.
Oh my god. So I'm going to take notes, and when you cut my daughter's hair, I will do all the things you hate.
Yeah, naturally.
Great. Stand behind you.
Helicopter.
Be like,
You gotta
man.
stand behind me and go.
That'd actually be kind of fun. She might get a kick out of it too.
Yeah.
But like, her mullet, it's not quite taking shape.
Can you blend that?
You can't. There's no chance. Not right now. Unless we take it all down to one length.
Pixie.
Those little sides, man. Those sides
Yeah.
gotta grow in.
They do.
Yeah.
Anyways, how
Anyway.
are you? How was your week?
It's pretty good. It's been a bit busy, but I lined up a really exciting new job opportunity. So that's cool. I'm excited about it.
Heck yeah.
And I saw family, and I took my daughter to a space-themed indoor playground thing, and she really loved it.
We'll see.
And yeah, I don't know, I've just been trucking along, bro.
Fun.
Yeah! And I read a bunch.
I didn't. I am in a reading slump.
You are. You are.
And I'm really sad that it's happening when we're reading this book because I couldn't get
Because
into
you're
it.
excited about this one.
I couldn't get into it.
That's
I
upsetting.
know.
Well, hopefully the second half goes better for you. But today, guys, we're talking about chapters 1 through 18.
Yeah, we are.
Nice segue, huh?
Yeah.
And I very much enjoyed it so far.
I enjoyed it. I really, really liked the magic system.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
A whole new take on magic, which
Very
I really,
neat.
really like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to learn more about, the background of it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're getting, snippets and stuff of the history, but I feel like it needs to be more. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's coming. But the magic system is really cool.
Yeah.
And the characters, we're already tiptoeing along a freaking enemies to lovers vibe.
Yeah, certainly.
Which we all love in this house.
Yes.
All of us. All of
Every
us, you and
single
I.
one of us in this room.
Nibs, Zeus,
Zeus?
all of them love it. Come on! But, you want to talk
Let's
about it?
dive right in.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Alright, well, y'all should grab a snack.
And a drink.
And a blanket. Well, no, a sheet.
A sheet. And maybe one of those little personal fans.
Oh,
that has a
sounds
mister
great.
also. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe put, a bag of ice in your pants.
Yep. Or
That sounds actually miserable. But
maybe a little too cold. If you're a woman, you could, grab a little Ziploc full of ice one for each titty.
Yeah. That'd be too cold. You have to wrap it in something for sure.
Yeah,
Don't
little-
frostbite your knit.
Put it in a sock. Whole new Whole new meaning to stuffing your bra.
With a sock full of ice. It sounds nice, honestly.
It would feel pretty good.
We have been hot as balls today.
Yeah, we were filming TikToks earlier, and I was so
dying.
ready.
Yeah, it got really hot. We have a swamp cooler in my house, which is trash.
Yeah.
I want central air.
Yeah.
But the pump stopped working, so it's not blowing cold air anymore. It's just blowing air from outside.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
right now,
nonsense.
you don't even have swamp cooler. You just have
A fan.
fan.
A house fan.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine. But any freaking who, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So.
Yeah.
I feel like the main focus thus far is good old Elspeth.
Yeah.
Which,
certainly.
I mean, is going to be. She's
Yeah.
the main character. But we start off with her sort of talking about herself and her family and how there's this mist in the town.
Yeah.
That is occupied by some sort of witch, some sort of magic entity.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she is.
Something.
I don't know what it is. Who is this person or thing?
I don't know.
She's cursed. It's
Yeah.
all. She will get you, and she'll infect you.
Yeah.
And
when you become infected, you're like ostracized by society.
and you're like killed by the people in the palace or
Yeah.
whatever. And also, you start to degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
So lose your mind.
Yeah.
Lose your faculties.
Mm-hmm.
But you get magic.
Yeah.
So, is it worth it?
Depends on what your power is, I guess.
Yeah. And we learned that Elspeth's is that she can absorb the magic of Providence cards,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Magic
their cards. Magic cards.
Yeah.
There's 12 of them?
I think
13?
so.
12? There was a hint at 13. We
Yeah.
don't know what the 13th is.
I don't know.
But they all have a different power.
Yeah.
So you have a frickin' chalice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that one does.
I don't either.
You've got a black horse
That one does
for the
something
knights.
too.
You've got a scythe, which controls people.
Yeah.
You've got all of these different cards.
Yeah.
There's the Twin of Alders. That's the most fancy one.
Yeah.
It allows you to talk to the Lady in the Mist,
Mm-hmm.
who also created the cards
Yeah.
for some guy.
Yeah.
The Shepherd King.
Yep. He's
That
fun.
we know nothing about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of random stuff. But anyway, that's kind of what you get from Elspeth in the beginning.
Yeah.
But she has to go see her friggin' pops. Good old dad. Dad. That's a weird thing for me to say. It's the way to say it, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause she's been sequestered in the woods.
Yeah, when they found out that she was infected?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. What would the other option be?
I was going to say affected.
Ingested. You never know.
When she was infected, they sent her away
They did.
to go live with her
Aunt.
aunt.
And uncle.
Okay.
Her
I
aunt.
was
Her
like,
mom's
someone.
sister. And her husband.
Yeah.
And family. Yeah, because otherwise, the king's royal guard or whatever, storms houses and
Yeah.
muck ducks.
Isn't there a card that they can use to see people who are infected? Or am I thinking of something else? Someone can see people who are infected.
Emery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because of the card, or is that his power?
He's
because
also
he's
infected.
Affected.
That's his magic from the infection,
Okay.
I think.
Cool, never mind.
Yeah, but I don't know. The cards do stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Read the book. God.
Why am I going to tell you
for all the
everything?
details? Yeah. Yeah, so they just stowed her away because one, she might get taken.
Yeah.
Also, it's a reputation thing, I'm sure. Daddy is fucking
He's
her daddy.
right up in the...
He's the commander or something.
Yeah.
In the freaking, he's a destrier.
A destrier.
Destrier.
Yeah. Yeah, and...
Destrier's a knight of the king.
Yeah. Yeah, but he didn't want to turn her in because he didn't want to be responsible for
Having done that.
offing his own daughter.
Yeah.
That'd be a shitty position to be put in, bruh.
It would be, bruh.
Yeah.
And so she's sequestered in the woods, but then goes to see her dad and his family
Mm-hmm.
because it's her birthday.
Yeah.
And she takes this journey to their house, walks through the forest, she's not afraid of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it's fine. I'm one with the dark, baby.
Well, and she's already infected.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the worst that can happen, right?
You're gonna reinfect me?
Oh, no.
Double magic? But also before this visit to Daddy-O, we learned that she had touched one of the cards that is the Nightmare card.
Oh, yeah.
Which allows you, the person who's wielding it,
Mm-hmm.
to talk into other people's minds. Or,
Yeah.
like, read their minds, also.
Yeah.
Get into people's minds in one way or another.
Get in there.
Get up in them.
Hey.
And
How you doing?
Hi, I miss you. Where you at? Who needs phones anymore?
Yeah, I wonder, do you have to be, like, in a certain range to be able to talk into someone's mind, or can you talk to someone across the world with your card?
Well, I mean, I think later on we get more context about the nightmare, and you have to, like, concentrate really hard to get through all the noises to get to the right person.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be extra hard if, say, you were in Paris, and I was like, Sarah, come
No,
talk about
you just
books
have
with
to
me.
think really hard.
Okay, alright, well, maybe.
I don't know.
But nonetheless, she touched the Nightmare card, which, you know, did not give her the ability to get into people's minds, but it did give her a friend inside of her head.
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Yeah, she calls him the Nightmare.
And he's like a man-demon situation.
Yeah.
Like, he can look like a man, but he also looks like a demon when he wants.
Yeah. And he, like, just clicks in her head all the time.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's like clicking his claws.
Yeah.
Talons.
I wish you had listened to the audiobook, because the clicking is really funny.
Dang it. Maybe we'll have to, like, listen to a few chapters.
The narrator is just like, click, 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 click.
You couldn't have, like, made a click noise?
No, she's very dramatic about it, too.
Like, I don't know, you could click a pen, shit. Yeah. Something. You don't have to say the word, God. But yeah, he's just like up in her head and lays dormant unless he's got something to say.
Yeah.
And like
he is sassy.
He's sassy as hell.
He might be my favorite character.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
But he's also sinister,
Mhm.
and he's got bad vibes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Certainly.
He's like 500 years old,
Mhm.
and he's just sitting there talking in riddle to her all the time.
Yeah.
Like, saying shit, she's like, bro, can you stop? I don't even know what the fuck you're saying. I'm like, God, shut up.
Yeah, he's like constantly reciting poetry in her head.
Yeah.
Cryptic poetry.
Yeah. Yeah, but she has learned how to, like, keep a very composed exterior because she's constantly waging two minds and has to battle that because she doesn't want anyone to know that she has magic because everyone assumes she doesn't. And her magic is a weird demon guy inside of her.
Yeah.
Which is lovely.
Yeah.
She
want one.
Yeah, why not? Let's get a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's 2 cards in the world I'm just saying. This world. Not ours, but that one.
Maybe there's
Just
like 7 in
clarifying.
our world.
Maybe, perhaps. Oh, wow. But she goes and visits the fam.
Yeah.
Dad.
And
And-
stepmommy.
Her.
Or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerium. She's kind of a bee.
Yeah.
She's
I don't like her
messed
very
up.
much.
No.
She's real mean to Elspeth.
She's real mean to Elspeth. And
Yeah.
they have 2 daughters that are not related to, outside of the dad.
Yeah. Step siblings.
Yes, thank you. Wow. That was a really roundabout way of saying that. She has 2 step siblings that are twins or whatever, and they're obviously, like, held way higher in regard than Elspeth.
Yeah.
And they're doing this birthday dinner, and she doesn't really want to be there.
Oh, and she has a cousin.
Yeah.
Ione.
Ione, I think.
It's Ione.
Is it?
In the
I
audiobook,
googled it
it's
and said Ione. Well, good. That helps. Great. Ione. That's what I was saying, and then I was like, I'm not sure. And Google said Ione.
Well,
who knows?
Silly goose.
Tell us, guys.
but anyways, her cousin's there too, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one who, like, walked with her there, because she hadn't
Yeah.
been to her dad's in, like, a year or more.
Mhm.
And they're going to go have dinner. Or they're planning to have dinner after all this crap. And something takes Elspeth off, and she ditches.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was, but she says, no thanks.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to be around that family anymore. They're kind of the worst.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Yeah, fair.
And like, her dad doesn't stick up for her at all when her stepmom's being rude.
No.
He's just like,
Yeah, well, you are infected.
Yeah.
And the worst of my daughters.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's messed up. But she goes back home, and her aunt is very sweet and kind,
Mhm.
and loves her a lot.
Yeah.
And that's cute. They
Yeah.
have a cute relationship.
Aww.
Yeah, sweeties. But she hears that they've all been invited to the equinox celebration. Equinox? Equinox. Equinox. I think both could be fine.
I think it's fine.
God.
Yeah.
At the king's palace.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And that the aunt and uncle are going too.
Mm-hmm.
And their kids.
Yeah.
And dad.
Everyone's
and stepmom. Everyone's going to this party.
Yeah.
And she's like, ugh, I don't want to go. She tries to tell her aunt she doesn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And the aunt's like, you're going, dude. You need to get out of this house, Elspeth.
Yeah.
Come on. I know
Maybe you'll meet a handsome man.
Yeah. We'll sweep you off your feet. But they end up going.
They do.
After some time.
Mm-hmm.
The king's equinox celebration.
You say whatever you want to say.
Thanks for the empowerment.
You're welcome.
But they go, and everyone's dressed well. Dad's there. He's like, I'm so glad to see you. We haven't seen you at the equinox celebration in so long. Or at court. Like, you haven't been here in a hot minute.
Why would she come if she's not freaking welcome?
That's what I'm saying.
Jerk.
Yeah. And
be nice to your daughter.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh. And before they left, actually, I forgot to mention, the uncle has a nightmare card that he wants to take to bargain with the king in some respect.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's his whole ploy on his way there. But she gets offered up rooms from her dad, like, you can stay with us instead of your aunt and uncle. And, which sounds really lovely and comforting and welcoming.
Yeah, especially with stepmommy.
Nurium.
Ooh.
Nurium? I don't know.
I think audio book lady said Nerium.
Nerium.
I don't remember for sure, though.
Okay, well, that bitch.
That hoe.
Ho. But.
That skank.
Skank. So many options, honestly.
Yeah. Endless. Endless possibilities.
But they all, like, sit down to a feast or something, and the Elspeth ends up sitting next to one of the sons, or a cousin of the heirs.
Yeah.
The king's nephew.
Yeah.
That was the better way to say that.
Yeah.
And he is kind of forward and a little bit creepy.
Uh-huh.
And he ends up, like, taking her out onto a balcony or something.
Yeah.
And he's saying some weird shit. It's like, you got yellow eyes, and, like, I see into you. And you're creepy. Mind you, the nightmare has yellow eyes.
Yellow eyes.
And she's like, could he have seen you? Oh my god. And he starts getting, like, handsy.
Yeah.
And a lot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, another dude comes up.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, quit.
Settle down, dude.
Relax, my guy. And it's Raven. Raven. The brother of Emery, who is being creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he, like, pulls Emery away and etc.
Yep.
Sure does. All the while, the uncle is, like, bargaining with the king to betroth his daughter, Ione, to the heir, apparent, to make her freaking queen, I guess, in the future.
I guess.
And he's using the nightmare card to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of icky.
Icky.
Why are we bargaining away our daughters?
Yeah, what's that about, guys? Stop.
Come on.
Stop it.
Put it away.
Stop it.
Put it away.
Yeah. But
stick it in your freaking pocket.
We have lots of options for you. Put it away, stick it in a shoe, I don't know.
A shoe?
Why
not? A shoe?
A pocket or a shoe, both could work.
They're one and the same,
They
really.
are, obviously.
Shoes are just pockets for your feet.
Obviously. Just pockets for your feet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't remember how it happens. But then Raven, like, takes Elspeth into custody, basically, for a second. I don't remember why. Like, I don't know what prompts that. But he takes her and puts her in a room and starts questioning her to see if she has any magic. Oh, okay. I think that when Emery was getting weird.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! We forgot some stuff.
Okay. What did we forget?
I had to backtrack a lot. I had to work my brain really hard. After the birthday celebration at her dad's house, when she was walking home, she got stopped by some dudes with masks.
Yeah!
Who were like, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you.
Do you have any cards?
Yeah.
Where are your cards?
Yeah.
Do you have magic? What's going on? And
Give
she's
me
like,
all your stuff.
I don't have any goddamn cards, bro.
Yeah, and then she kicks their asses.
Yeah, she beats him up using the nightmare's power.
Uh-huh.
She's like, help me. And he can, like, give her strength. He can make her faster. He can make her eyesight better. A bunch of stuff. And
he's
she
a
beat him up.
helpful little demon.
Yeah, she beat him up and left.
Yep.
But once Raven finds out that she's Elspeth Spindle or something, I think he recognizes her.
Yeah.
Because come to find, it was him and his brother or his cousin
that she beat up. Yeah.
And he starts asking her.
So then he puts her in the room.
Puts her in a room.
And he's like, what's up with you?
Yeah, tell me about you.
Yeah.
Do you have magic? Have you been infected?
How did you possibly beat me up?
What the heck?
You're just like a girl.
She admits to ew, girls suck. But she admits to having been infected, and he asks if she has any magic, and she's like, well, I can't entirely lie. So she tells him that she can see cards.
Yeah.
Providence cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that also, part of that conversation stems from, after that dinner and the negotiations between Uncle and the King, freaking Ione had approached her with a maiden card.
Yeah.
Which gives you, like, penultimate beauty. And she can see all these cards, like, glowing color. They each have a color associated with them. And while they were talking, she had said something about, like, she got a maiden card to Raven. He's like, what? How would you know that?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah. She says something also about there being other cards.
In the castle. Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck?
How would you know?
How would you know?
How would you know? Even though that's a funny question because it's well known that the king is trying to get all of the cards.
I don't think it was specifically in the castle. It was at the party.
At the party. People have had their cards on them.
Yeah.
And you could see it, but...
And he's like,
suspicious.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he questions her about all this shit. And she convinces him enough to, like, let her go.
Yeah.
And they carry on with the celebrations for Equinox. And then they, the next afternoon or something, have like a ladies' celebration while the men go off to hunt.
Yeah.
Where they like go into the gardens and be ladies.
I feel like she told him about the card thing before he took her into custody. Because then he had to like chase her at some point, and he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you, I'm not gonna turn you in. Like, I just want to talk to you.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I just want to make sure I'm not crazy.
Yeah. You're right.
Anyways.
And she also notices that Raven carries a nightmare card too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But anyway, she goes to this lady, what?
If there are only 2 nightmare cards, how does he have one?
Because there's only 2, the uncle and his.
I know, but that didn't... Okay.
Elspeth doesn't have one. She just touched it and took its power. Or at least absorbed it.
So were there 3... And then she ruined one? Here's my question.
Yeah.
And we don't know the answer to this yet.
Okay.
I'm wondering if there was a 3rd. Or, because if she took all the power from one of them, how would it still do anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, she touched her uncle's card.
Oh,
she remembered him, she remembered him bringing it home. He was, like, bloody, and she was curious about this card. And touched it, and absorbed the demon or whatever. The nightmare. So it was his card.
Okay.
Who's to say if it works or not? We don't know.
Oh.
It hasn't been tested.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nonetheless, what?
Wouldn't they test it if you, like, bargained it away for a whole ass person?
You'd think. And the way that they use these cards is they, like, tap on it 3 times, and then they can invoke the power.
Yeah.
And then they tap on it another 3 times, and it stops.
Yeah.
And it can only be wielded by the person who has touched it. So, there's that bit of information.
It's kind of a cool... I like it. I like the magic system a lot.
It is fun.
It's not like anything I've ever read before.
I know. It's cool. I'm digging it. But she goes to this lady celebration and like sneaks away because she's like, ugh, this is terrible. And is looking at the overgrown gardens and stuff. And Raven finds her and he's like, let me give you a tour.
Yeah.
And they start trekking through the overgrown gardens to the ruins of the old castle. That are hidden beneath it all. And there's a weird one room.
Dark window.
One room standing with one dark window.
Yeah, there's no way in except for a window.
Yeah.
A dark
one
window
that's dark. Yeah. Yeah, and she's like curious. She thinks about the lady in the mist. I don't remember her name, but she used to only enter and exit through windows or whatever. Yeah. Like, that was her staple.
Yeah, well, and when she looks at it, the demon in her is like, go into that window now. Yeah. I need to know what's in it.
And she's like, no thanks, I'm good.
And as soon as she turns around, he just like forgets about it. He's like, okay, but he's like creepy about it. Yeah. Which makes me real curious.
I know. What's it about? I mean, it's one dark window. In one preserved room. Yeah. No door. What's that about? Yeah. But after all that, they like carry on to the castle, and there's another dinner approaching. Mm-hmm. And there's this guy that she kissed one time, Elspeth, and he's like obsessed with her.
Scandal.
And really wants her to sit with his family.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, sorry, I'm going to sit with freaking Raven. Mm-hmm. And he's like, are you? But lets it happen.
Yeah.
And they end up sitting together. And I don't know, they're talking about, she wants to know, like, what the heck's going on. Because she found out, through all of their investigation of her, some information, too.
Yeah.
About how they're trying to get all of the 12 cards for themselves. Like, not for the king. And they didn't give her the truth of it. And she's like, you need to tell me everything.
I need to know.
I can't help you. Because they want her to help them.
Yeah.
But you gotta tell me the truth.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'll call the council.
We'll have a chat.
On my little family council.
Yeah.
And they go up to his room.
Yeah.
First. Mm-hmm. And he also has a mirror guard, which turns you invisible.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And he's like, you want to use it? So the physicians, who are these people who determine whether or not you have the infection off you, don't find her. He's like, you want to use it? And she refuses to touch cards now because, well, she absorbed a demon.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
But he uses it.
Yeah.
And then she's just like following his invisible self with the little glowing light of the card.
Yeah. She's like, what is it like to be invisible?
Yeah. And then, she asks him at some point. But they go down to some place, I think the same room he had her in before. Mm-hmm. And on the way there, Miriam stops her and it says some bitchy shit.
Yeah.
About how she sucks or something. I don't know.
Basically.
Yeah. Might as well have been that.
Yep.
But they meet with the council, which includes frickin'
Emery,
Raven, his parents. Emery's not there. It's
Elm.
Raven's sister. Elm is the heir apparent, or maybe he's the brother of.
I think he's the brother of.
But like cousin too. There's lots of people in this room that are important.
Yeah.
And they're like, hear me out. They first need to trust her.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Elm use his scythe.
Well, they give her a choice. Which one to take. They have 3 options, and the demon tells her to pick scythe.
Yeah, the chalice is the truth serum. I remember that now. Scythe will allow the person to control you.
Yes.
And then the other option was the nightmare, which is looking into your mind.
Yeah. And she's like, I can't let them look into my mind. They'll see my demon.
She also made Raven promise to never look into her mind.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be so suspicious.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not like, okay, secrets, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Now I know you're hiding something.
Right.
Yeah.
But in any case, she chooses the scythe.
Yep.
Good old Elmy.
Yeah, so he can force her to tell the truth now. Because he's controlling her.
Yeah. And the scythe, she talks about it feeling more like you suddenly have the strongest desire to do whatever they want. Like you want to.
Yeah, it's like euphoric to tell the truth.
You're excited about it.
Yeah.
But inside, she's battling both demon and self to not spill the beans.
Yeah.
But they use the scythe on her, and really all she says is that, she can see the cards. Mm-hmm. And they ask her about the night when she beat him up.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't have any other magic, I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, who trained you then to freaking kick ass? She's
like, myself. Because I'm a badass woman.
Yeah. But they accept all she has said.
They do. And she has to ask the demon to help her. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Because they keep pushing something. I don't know.
Her magic, I think.
And so she's like, you gotta help me out here or I'm gonna spill the beans, dude.
I'm gonna spill them.
I'm gonna tell them all about you.
Yeah, and the nightmare's like, oh, by the way, none of the cards work on me. She's like, you couldn't have fucking said something earlier? God.
She's like, I wanted you to ask for help.
Yeah. And so she makes it through her scythe experience.
Yeah.
And they go on to tell her that they have 3 more cards they need to find. They need the Alder, Twin Alders, or whatever, which is nobody can find it.
Yeah.
They need a Well, and they need something else.
Yep.
One other one.
The Shepherd? No.
That's not a card, I don't think. It was like an Iron Gate, maybe?
Maybe.
I don't know, but they have 3 that they need.
Great.
And they want her to help them.
Yeah.
And so after they've talked to her, they send her in the hallway to wait while they discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And in there, they're like, well, we can't, like, let her go far. She's going to come back to U Castle. Raven U is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And we can pretend that Raven's courting her.
Yeah.
We can say we have to give an excuse to her parents. He wants to court her.
Yeah.
Wants to court that ass.
So we'll give her a room here.
And Raven's like, ew, I don't want to do that. Gross.
Sick.
Even though she's pretty, but no, ew. And he won't, like, tell the real reason. He starts to and gets cut off by somebody. But yeah, their whole ploy now is to bring frickin' Elspeth to U Castle to be courted. And so they go and, like, make a show of it.
Yeah.
They spend some time together at the dancing and drinking.
At the dancing and drinking.
At it. They also tell her that Emery is infected.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason that they want to take the 12 cards is because when you give them... Oh, wow, we've missed so much more. When you bring the 12 cards together and sacrifice an infected person and something else, you get rid of the mist. The mist and the infection will have gone.
Sweet.
And the king plans to take Emery.
I missed that.
Yeah. He wants to kill Emery. That's why they want to do it themselves. They want to, like, pick one of the physicians that the king has employed who's also infected.
Yeah.
And is like a piece of shit. They're
Yeah.
going to use his blood.
When they go back down to, Emery is being wild. Like, he's starting to lose his mind.
Yeah, for sure.
And so he's talking a bunch of nonsense and, like, making a fool out of himself, climbing a tree.
Yeah. Ellen has to use his scythe on him to get him calmed fuck down.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's bad.
I know.
Bad news.
But they make a whole show of being together in public so people aren't just, like, shooketh by this sudden courtship.
Yeah.
And then they go to U Castle.
They do.
They go on to the castle.
Yep. Wow, wow.
Of that bitch.
I want to go to a castle.
I know, it sounds fun.
Should we find one?
Yeah. I'm sure there's castles around somewhere.
Well, they also need to be full of,
Hot men? Obviously.
That will court me.
Yeah. Court the shit out of me. Just kidding, I'm married. Court the shit out of Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. We can find one, I'm sure.
Okay, sick.
But yeah, they're at the castle, and freaking Raven has to go back because he's the captain of the Destriers. So he's got work to do.
Yeah.
But his sister's there. Mom and Dad are also all in on it. So they're, like, taking good care of her.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's being nice to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
As they should be.
Absolutely.
She hasn't done anything wrong.
That's right.
She just has a demon friend in her head, okay?
No big deal.
Do the parents know that she's infected?
Yeah.
Okay.
She also finds out that Raven's infected.
Raven's friggin' infected.
Emery and Raven are infected.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck?
And she's, like, mad when she finds out.
Yeah.
She's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me, dude?
You lied by omission.
Yeah.
And then she's like, even though I'm totally lying to you, but still I'm pissed. To herself, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But, yeah, he's got business to attend to. But they find out that one of the people who was attending the Equinox celebration has one of the cards they need. The, like, Iron Gate or whatever. So they plan to, like, do a whole freaking coup while they're traveling home.
Yeah.
They're going to, like, take control of their carriage and take it from them.
Yeah. It's a lady.
It's
I
the
don't remember
lady.
who she
Okay.
is.
Great. And they want Elspeth to come along, obviously, so she can see where the card is.
Yeah.
And so they plan this whole thing. Raven's got to come back. Raven and Elspeth have definitely some tension going on between them. They want each other.
Serious sexual tension.
Yeah. They're both like, damn, oh, shit.
Oh my god.
You know, that slow burn shit.
Yeah.
But they plan this whole situation.
Yeah.
And they have to, like, crawl through the forest under cover of night. She can't ride a horse, so she has to ride with fucking Elm.
They're like, why can't we just, she's like, I gotta take a carriage. And they're like, no, they'll hear us coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got to ride with Elm.
Yeah.
And she's like, ew.
Because the horse is scared shitless of the demon inside.
Yeah.
She tries to mount, and the demon is kind of a dick. He's like hissing silently, obviously, but the horse knows.
Isn't there also dogs that like
hate her? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Animals are not a fan of the demon within her.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's a bummer, dude.
I know. Animals are the greatest and coolest.
Yeah. Especially when they trip you every 5 seconds.
My animals?
Your
animals. Yours are like
all
perfect
of the
angle
above.
tripping size.
Your dogs trip me more than my own dogs do.
I mean, they're large, but I'm used
that
to
one
their
specifically.
presence. Yeah, Zeus just stands in locations. He stands directly behind you.
Yeah,
So
or
then
like
we turn.
I am trying to like push him out of my way, and he just slowly continues in my way. I'm like, dude, get out of here!
Yeah.
Or there's noobs who almost takes me out by going in between my legs.
Yeah.
While I'm holding a child.
Yeah.
I wasn't holding a child, but
You could have been.
was I?
You
I
might have been. I think you were, actually. I think you were. But anyway, we severely digress.
Yes. Yes.
So they do the whole thing where they like climb and have to go in the dark, and then they see the carriage.
Do a rob.
Do a big rob of the card. I think that's what happened.
I think so too.
I think they pulled it off.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. And then go back to Pew. Yeah. And they're talking about the other cards that they need to get. They need the Twin of Alders, obviously, which nobody knows where that shit is.
Where could it
And
freaking be?
they need a freaking well.
Yeah.
And she knows damn well that her dad has one.
Mm-hmm.
And she told them as much.
Yeah.
And now they gotta figure out a way to go get Daddy-O's well card. Heist!
Fuck you,
Big
Daddy.
heist energy. Well, he's kind of a wiener.
He is.
Yeah.
I meant it when I said fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anything else happen?
I wish I could tell you.
They're like Raven and Elspeth like each other.
Yeah.
They got one of the 3 cards they need.
I didn't remember them getting the card, so.
I think they did. That's why I'm like, did they? Or did it stop where they were heisting?
I don't actually know.
I'm not sure either. Well, shoot. Sorry, guys. I assume they get it, though.
Yeah.
If they haven't already.
I was
Our
like
memories.
panic listening to this on an audiobook last night.
Yeah.
Because I had no time this week to read it. Well, I didn't want to read it too far ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then I read a chapter, and I was like, I can't get into this right now. And so I left myself one night to do it, and tried to read it, and I was like, I can't. So I bought it on audiobook, and I did pretty good for the first half. And then I was really sleepy.
Yeah. I like the writing so far. It's interesting and fun.
Yeah.
I like that there's dialogue from good old demon guy.
Yeah.
The Nightmare. That's kind of fun. Added character.
I really like him. He's sassy.
Sassy guy.
And I feel like he's going to end up being a pretty big character in all
Probably.
of this.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the card that no one knows where it is going to have something to do with the window.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it is the card that calls to the lady who made the cards. The magic misty lady.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Who knows?
Who freaking knows?
But it's pretty interesting so far. I'm
It is.
enjoying it.
I really, I'm going to say it again. I really enjoy the magic system.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so unique, and yeah.
Yeah, it's
I really
fun.
like it.
I do too. Next week,
And
we're
it's wild to me how many people are infected.
yeah,
How many people, like, in the royal circle are infected.
Yeah.
And
there's a ton of them.
that just kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Even while the king is, like, executing people who are infected.
Exactly.
He has a bunch of them in his home.
Yeah.
And knowingly.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Like the physician, Raven, Emery. Like, there's a handful of them we know about. But it's getting really good. I'm interested in it. And next week, you guys are reading chapters 19 through the end.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions about what might happen?
Well, I feel like they're going to figure out something about the card and the window. There's going to be something.
window is
the window
there.
has to come back.
It's in the title.
title of the fucking book.
You're right.
Obviously, Raven and Elspeth are going to fall in love.
Obviously. They're
Whether
gonna bang soon.
in this book or the next one, I don't know.
Who knows? They're on that track.
I do like that the romance isn't a huge
focus
in the book.
Yeah.
Like the fantasy is more forward.
Yeah, I do like that about it as well.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty interesting so far.
What about you? Do you have any predictions?
I feel like they're going to be found out. This whole inner circle of trying to get the 12 cards. Like the king's going to catch wind of it or something.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some drama.
Yeah.
Obviously the romance. The dad might find Elspeth trying to take his card, and there's going to be some sort of huge confrontation.
Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe. That's all I got.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, guys. I know so many people who love this book, so it's fun to get into it.
I hope I can get into it better this week.
I do too.
We'll see.
I also was reading simultaneously, like all on the same day. Also the Orange Tree, the Priory of the Orange Tree. And man, does your brain get all sorts of fucked up when you're reading two fantasies.
Fantasy overload, yeah.
Like who's where, what, who. And then I started a new like witchy book today that had a similar vibe in the beginning to this one to me. Where it's like a young woman who's in the forest on her own fighting about something, you know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, and I had to think about it before we started, but yeah, it's getting pretty fun.
Yeah.
So read the second half with us, guys.
Yeah.
Before next week.
Who needs to chill the fuck out for you? Danielle?
Well, I think that the dad does.
Yeah.
Daddy-o. He's kind of a weenie.
Yeah, you're right.
But also, so is the uncle. Because he's bargaining off his daughter, being power hungry.
Yeah.
The men.
All of them, except Raven. I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
I like him.
Who needs to calm down for you?
Emery.
Oh, yeah.
Why you gotta be so icky, dude?
Well, he is degenerating.
I know, that's not a fucking excuse.
He's losing his mind.
There's not ever an excuse for
creepiness?
Creepy, non-consensual touching.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. But he is losing his damn mind.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Well, what else are you reading, Sarah?
Well, I finished this week The Awakening, the first book in the Zodiac Academy books series.
Yep. Book series.
I gave it 1 star.
Yeah.
If you want to hear my ranty review, go check out our YouTube.
Yeah, 1 star sounds justified.
Yeah. I also finished this week The Haunting by Natasha Preston. I gave it 3 stars. No, I gave it 2 stars. Did I give it 3 stars?
I don't remember.
I gave it 2 or 3 stars.
Something like that. Maybe it was 2. Doesn't matter. Keep going.
And then I'm still reading The Bone Witch by Rinch Pecco. I only read 26 pages this week. I don't know if I'm gonna try again or not. We'll see.
You can do it.
And that's it.
That's all you got?
Oh no, I'm also listening to A Soul to Keep. Some kind of soul.
Yeah, by Opal
Rain.
Opal Rain. I remember that because I really like the name Opal Rain. Do you think it's a pen name?
Probably. A Soul to Keep.
Soul to Keep
is what it's called. It's probably a pen name, yeah. And I'm kind of enjoying that. It's
good.
Like mindless and fun.
Is it like a romance?
Yeah, it's a dark romance.
Oh, that's right. You told me.
Demon.
I remember now. Yeah.
Monster romance.
Demon dark romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a weird tongue.
Oh, God. That could be worked into a dark romance for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He makes her bleed with his tongue.
Ugh. Ugh.
Because it's so long.
Oh, my God.
Anyways.
That's terrifying. No thanks.
Yeah. That's all I've got right now. What about you, Danielle?
Well, Sarah, I finished 2 books this week.
Oh, my God.
I finished, The Graham Effect by El Kennedy.
Okay.
I gave it a 3.5 star.
Heck yeah.
Which is more than I expected to give it.
Yeah.
And I finished The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And I loved it and gave it a 5 star.
Heck yeah, dude.
Everybody should read it. It's very good. If you like a really slow burn fantasy.
Was there a romance?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there was.
Okay.
Yes, there was. I don't want to tell you anything about it.
No, please don't.
You'll like it, though.
Great.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I just started The Witch Catcher by... Collector. The Witch Collector by Carissa Weeks. And I'm listening to it on audiobook. I'm only like 5% through, so I can't really tell you much.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Well, sick.
Sick, dude. All right.
I'm like, how do we segue from here? I don't know.
Anything else? Or thanks for tuning in, friendos.
Yeah.
And please subscribe on YouTube. Leave us some comments and thumbs ups. Give us reviews on podcast platforms. Find us on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube at Books and Crannies Podcast.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yeah, dude.
So that you know every time we upload.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Come on.
And we love you.
Yeah, we do. Thanks.
Yeah, have a good reading. Have a good reading. I meant have a good week and happy reading, but what were you going to say?
Have a good week. I don't know.
You were thinking. You said thanks.
Thanks for
tuning in.
Hanging out.
Yeah! I don't know what happened just now, guys, but I hope you have a wonderful evening or a day.
Have a good week.
Yeah. Happy reading.
Yeah.
I'm losing it.
Happy reading.
Okay.
Bye.